Have you ever noticed how easy it is to trust a pill bottle just because it came from the pharmacy? We take the prescription home, follow the instructions, and rarely stop to wonder what it's doing to our brain over time. But here's the truth. Some of the most common medications, the kind millions of older adults use every single day, may quietly increase your risk of memory loss and even dementia. Now, I'm not here to scare you or tell you to throw away your medicine cabinet. These drugs are often prescribed for very real reasons, whether it's sleep problems, anxiety, allergies, or bladder issues. But understanding how they affect your brain gives you the power to make smarter choices and to talk openly with your doctor about safer alternatives. This video is especially important if you're over 60. Why? Because protecting your memory isn't just about avoiding dementia. It's about holding on to your independence, your clarity, and your ability to fully enjoy life. So stay with me. By the end, you'll know which drugs deserve a second look, why doctors prescribe them, and how you can stay both healthy and sharp without unnecessary risk. Number 1. Anticholinergic medications. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to reach for a pill when you can't sleep, when allergies flare up, or when you're dealing with bladder problems? For many of us, those bottles sit right on the nightstand or in the bathroom cabinet. But here's something most people over 60 don't realize. Some of these very common medications can quietly rob you of your sharpness, your focus, and even your memories. They're called anticholinergic medications. And while that sounds like a mouthful, what they really do is block a chemical in your brain called acetylcholine. Think of acetylcholine as one of your brain's messenger systems. It helps your neurons talk to each other, supports learning, memory, and even simple concentration. Now imagine if those messengers were suddenly cut off. The signals slow down, thoughts get fuzzy, and recall becomes harder. That's exactly what these drugs can do over time. Here's the problem. They're everywhere. Sleep aids, over-the-counter allergy pills, bladder control medications, even some digestive treatments. On their own, they might not seem like a big deal, but here's the kicker. If you're taking more than one, their effects can stack up. That means the confusion, the forgetfulness, the difficulty concentrating, they all multiply. And unfortunately, older adults are the ones who feel it most. Let me share a real example. Margaret, a 75-year-old woman, was taking an over-the-counter allergy pill along with a bladder medication her doctor prescribed. Within months, she noticed she was misplacing her keys more often, forgetting appointments, and feeling mentally foggy. Her family thought it was just normal aging. But when her doctor reviewed her medications and made some changes, Eleanor's clarity improved dramatically. It wasn't inevitable memory loss. It was the hidden impact of her medications. So, what's the lesson here? None of this is to scare you into tossing your pills in the trash. These drugs are often prescribed for good reasons, but it is a reminder to review your medications regularly. Ask your doctor or pharmacist, does this medication affect memory? Are there safer alternatives? That one simple question can protect not only your brain, but also your independence. Because at the end of the day, protecting your memory isn't just about remembering names or grocery lists. It's about keeping your freedom, your connections, and your quality of life intact. Number 2. Sleep aids and sedatives. Have you ever had a night where you just can't fall asleep, and by 2 a.m. you're staring at the ceiling thinking, I'll never get through tomorrow like this? For many older adults, that frustration leads to a prescription for sleeping pills, often medications known as benzodiazepines. They're also used for anxiety and restlessness, which makes them pretty common among seniors. But here's what most people don't realize. While these pills can knock you out quickly, they also work by suppressing your central nervous system. That means they're not just slowing your racing thoughts, they're slowing down brain activity itself. And over time, that can have serious consequences. Confusion, memory lapses, and even a higher risk of dementia. Let me share a story. Richard, a 79-year-old retired teacher, had been struggling with sleepless nights for years. His doctor prescribed a benzodiazepine to help him rest, and at first, it felt like a miracle. But within months, Richard noticed he was forgetting simple things, like where he parked his car, or whether he'd already taken his morning pills. He also found it harder to focus on reading, something he had always loved. His family grew worried that dementia was setting in, but when his physician reviewed his medications and slowly reduced the dose, replacing it with non-drug approaches like better sleep hygiene and relaxation techniques, Richard's clarity began to return. This story isn't unusual. The challenge with sleep aids is that they're popular, they work fast, and they're often handed out without enough discussion of the risks. But for older adults, there's an added complication. Our bodies metabolize these drugs more slowly with age. That means the sedative effects linger longer, increasing the risk of dizziness, poor balance, and dangerous falls. And a fall at 70 or 80 can change a life forever. So, what's the alternative? I'm not suggesting you suffer through sleepless nights without help. What I am saying is, talk to your doctor. Ask about safer strategies. Cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, CBTI, has been shown to work wonders for long-term sleep issues. Simple lifestyle changes like keeping a consistent bedtime, limiting caffeine late in the day, and creating a calm nighttime routine can also make a huge difference. Remember this: your sleep is important, but so is your memory, your balance, and your independence. Don't trade away one piece of your health for another. By making informed choices, you can rest easier and protect your mind for the years ahead. Number 3. Certain antidepressants. Have you ever known someone who went through a deep loss or a season of depression, and their doctor prescribed an antidepressant to help them cope? For many older adults, this is a very real chapter of life. But here's what most people don't realize. Some of the older antidepressants, particularly the tricyclic ones, can actually cloud your memory and slow down your thinking. Tricyclic antidepressants work by affecting brain chemicals like serotonin and norepinephrine. These chemicals can help lift mood, ease sadness, and restore balance. But there's a trade-off. While your emotions may improve, your clarity of thought can fade. Confusion, forgetfulness, and even a sluggish mind often sneak in over time. Let me tell you about Dorothy, a 69-year-old widow who began taking a tricyclic antidepressant after losing her husband. At first, it seemed to help her feel more stable emotionally, but after several months, Margaret noticed she was misplacing items, forgetting conversations, and even struggling to follow her favorite TV shows. Her children worried it was early dementia, but when her doctor reviewed her medications and switched her to a newer generation antidepressant, her memory and focus began to improve. It wasn't inevitable aging, it was the medication. Here's the challenge. These older antidepressants are cheaper, which is why they're still commonly prescribed. And for some people, they may work well. But for seniors, the risks to memory and cognitive function are simply too high to ignore. So, what's the lesson here? Never stop or change your medication on your own. That can be dangerous. Instead, talk with your doctor. Ask, is this medication affecting my memory? Is there a safer alternative? The goal isn't to choose between your mental health and your memory, it's to protect both. Because when your mood is balanced and your mind is clear, you're not just surviving, you're living with the fullness, independence, and dignity you deserve. Number 4. Over-the-counter PM pain relievers. Have you ever had one of those nights where joint pain or backaches just wouldn't let you sleep? And the solution seemed as easy as grabbing a PM pain reliever from the drugstore? They're right there on the shelf, no prescription needed, promising relief from pain and a good night's rest. But here's what most people over 60 don't realize. Those PM formulas often contain diphenhydramine or other sedating antihistamines. And while they may help you drift off, they can also quietly chip away at your memory, clarity, and even increase your risk of dementia. It's easy to assume that if something is sold over the counter, it must be safe. But that's a dangerous assumption. The truth is, these medications act very similarly to sleep aids, slowing brain activity, causing confusion, and making concentration harder, especially as we age. Let me share an example. Harold, a 75-year-old retiree, began taking PM pain relievers to manage his arthritis pain at night. At first, it seemed harmless. But over time, he noticed he was forgetting doctor's appointments, misplacing his wallet, and even getting lost driving familiar routes. His family worried it was the start of dementia. But once his doctor helped him stop the medication and explore alternatives, Harold's mental sharpness improved noticeably. It wasn't inevitable memory loss. It was the hidden side effect of a common over-the-counter pill. So what's the takeaway? Don't just assume no prescription means no risk. Always read the labels carefully. Better yet, ask your doctor or pharmacist, does this have diphenhydramine or other sedating antihistamines? Is there a safer way to manage my pain? Options like light stretching, physical therapy, warm compresses.
Number 5. Statins. Have you ever been told your cholesterol is high and your doctor quickly prescribes a pill to bring it down? Chances are that pill is a statin. Statins are among the most commonly prescribed medications for older adults. They're powerful at lowering cholesterol and protecting against heart attacks or strokes. But here's something many people don't realize. While statins can be life-saving, they can also come with hidden effects that quietly impact your memory, your muscles, and even your independence. Here's how it works. Statins reduce cholesterol production in your liver, which lowers the risk of clogged arteries. But cholesterol isn't just the bad guy. Your brain actually needs it to help build cell membranes and support nerve communication. When cholesterol levels get too low, some people begin to notice changes, trouble recalling names, difficulty focusing, or what feels like a mental fog. On top of that, statins can sometimes cause muscle pain or weakness. And in older adults, weaker muscles don't just make exercise harder, they increase the risk of falls, which can change someone's life overnight. Let me share an example. Robert, a 72-year-old retired teacher, was put on a statin to control his cholesterol. Within months, he noticed he was forgetting simple things, like where he parked his car, and he often felt his legs were too weak to take his usual walks around the neighborhood. At first, he thought it was just getting old. But when his doctor adjusted his prescription and explored other treatment options, Robert's clarity and energy returned. It wasn't simply aging. It was the hidden side effect of his medication. Now, I want to be clear. Statins save countless lives every year, and for many people they're absolutely necessary. The key isn't fear, it's awareness. If you or a loved one are on statins and you've noticed new memory issues or unusual muscle weakness, don't brush it off. Bring it up with your doctor. Ask, could my medication be affecting my memory or muscles? Are there alternatives or adjustments we can make? Because at the end of the day, protecting your heart is vital. But protecting your brain, your strength, and your independence matters just as much. We've now uncovered 5 common groups of medications that can quietly impact your memory. Anticholinergics, sleep aids and sedatives, older antidepressants like tricyclics, over-the-counter PM pain relievers, and even statins. But here's the truth. This video is not about scaring you into quitting your treatment. These medications often serve very real, life-saving purposes. The real message here is awareness. When you know the risks, you can have informed conversations with your doctor and ask, are there safer alternatives? Is this the lowest effective dose? How can I protect my memory while still treating my health condition? Think about it. Your independence, your relationships, and your ability to live fully all depend on keeping your mind sharp. And the best news is, you can have both, a strong body and a strong mind, if you make smart, informed choices. So here's what I encourage you to do right now. If you've ever taken any of these medications, share your experience in the comments below. Your story could help someone else. And if you found this video valuable, give it a like, share it with a friend or family member, and hit subscribe so you'll never miss the tips that could transform your health and longevity. Remember, you deserve more than just surviving with medication. You deserve to thrive with clarity, freedom, and confidence. Because aging well isn't just about adding years to life, but adding life to those years.